The Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a funky flashback Friday. You know, I was in Syracuse for a couple days, and now this weekend is like absolutely nothing on the docket for the weekend. So I'm going to try to get some schoolwork eating done until Monday. I mean, until Sunday, right, the 1st. And I'm going to start. I haven't gotten on the scale yet, Alex, but Sunday morning I'll get on the scale, give you my official number, and then the goal is to drop 40 pounds.
40. What'd you do last year again? 32, 3, something like that?
3 or 4.
Yeah, that's great, man. Like, all jokes aside.
I'm gonna really go hard this year because it's gonna be a Magic City this year.
Can we guess how much you're at right now?
It's gonna hurt me.
All right.
Go ahead, Alex.
I'm gonna say you're 210.
Oh no, I'm way heavier.
Really? What are you at?
Thank you.
That was a compliment.
I think I'm at 220, 224.
Damn, really?
Yeah. Because you remember I was down.
You carry weight great because I'm
6'4", right.
10 or whatever you are.
6'10". I know. In pictures, I look like I'm 6'10".
Yeah. You are a sneaky 6'5". I think if you stand up straight, you're 6'5". Me and Rob, you were talking about that. Yeah, you don't be standing up straight.
You're a little hunched, yeah.
You stand up straight.
You're hunched right now, even.
You are.
Yeah. Like, pull that mic closer up to you,
What am I, a hunchback? Is that what you call me?
Yeah, if you stand up straight, I think you're really 6'5".
Don't say I got a hunch. They say I got a hunch on my back. I got some other stuff going on.
No.
Hey, you know what?
I told you this. The lady was like, he's cute, he's thick. And I was like, lady.
I'm not thick. I can't believe she said that. So
Who
painful.
called him thick?
They used to call me, what you call it, like stick, because I was so skinny. You know what I mean? In high school.
You're the original Slim Reaper.
And here's the problem. You overcompensated.
You know?
You were like, I'll show them. Hand me those wings.
I can remember there was security
give me
guard.
those potato chips.
We had like a fencing, a small fence that you could kind of like sit on, not like really sit on, but lean against, in front of the high school, Martin Van Buren High School in Queens Village. And the security guard, who I'll never forget, his name was Cannon, and me and my friend Ed Genesee, and Ed had the greatest laugh, and everything was funny. It was great. And so this guy, Cannon, comes over to me. I'm like, I think I might be a freshman, or you know what I mean? Still, you're trying to feel your way around.
Right.
You're not that confident. You know, people are saying stuff to you. You know, you're like, oh, I don't want to have a misstep. And Cannon comes over to me, and he goes, hey, Slim, hang out on the side. And I was like, I didn't know what to do.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that. Okay.
I'll go stand over there.
But he called me Slim. Hey, Slim, hang out on the side. What? And now I weigh 224 pounds or something. God.
Yeah. Well, listen, I
He's
told you.
thick, Rob.
Thick.
But that's all right. Listen, I give him credit because I was talking about it at the other job, Spectrum News 1. I was telling we were talking about something, and I think it was food, and somehow we got on. I said, but Rob, he really does it. He enjoys the 6 months.
I enjoy it.
You enjoy, and then he really shuts it down.
But
for 6
Alex
months.
has seen this. I mean, the willpower, and I know he always kids me with the rolled up ham and cheese and mayo.
Those are the best. You got to put a pickle in there.
A little.
Well, the other thing was Alex said yesterday though.
You could
just keep it.
You don't have to put it back on. You could keep it off.
That was the best way. He said, you could just, you did great.
Because Rob, you keep going through these cycles.
I know.
Stay off.
You could just stay at your best.
No, but Alex, you know what? There's too much cheesecake in the world. I got to take a dent.
It's true.
In that cheesecake before. You know what I mean?
Nobody said no, you can't. It's just a little moderation.
If I was like 300 pounds or something, like, you know, and you know what? I'm in pretty good shape. I feel good. I'm healthy. I'm not. If I was always getting sick, or there's like, you know what I mean?
You don't get sick, remember? You don't get sick.
No, he'll be in here. I don't feel sick. I don't have a fever.
I'm not sick.
Yeah, meanwhile, you're drooling, snotting, sneezing, and coughing everywhere. I don't have a fever. That's his only, if I have a fever, as if there's not a million other things. By the way, real quick, I was reading off the list of the stuff and the questions, some of the questions they get at the Combine. You, my friend, 52 years as a reporter. I added a few. What's the crazy thing you've asked? When you were in your Combine mode, what'd you ask?
Well, I was probably at a press conference. I've asked some really tough questions, some intriguing questions.
Like what?
Probably the Rod Marinelli question.
Oh, yeah.
When he was coach of the Lions. That's when they went 0-16, and they had a terrible game, and they lost. The Saints scored on every offensive possession except the final one because they kneeled down. Time was running out. Like that was so bad. And Rod's son-in-law was the defensive coordinator. Just a terrible performance. That made them 0-15.
Yeah.
And so after the whole press conference, all these questions or whatever at the end, I was looking for a cute quote for my column. So I said, hey, Rod, on a lighter note, do you wish your daughter would have married a better-looking defensive coordinator? A better defensive coordinator. All hell broke loose after that. Yeah.
I can't believe
Terry Bradshaw and them went off on me on the Fox Sunday show, and it was crazy.
I'm shocked. You're lucky he couldn't get out the blocks as fast as he used to.
You think he would what?
I'm just saying, if he could get
out, swing on me.
He couldn't get out the blocks. The steps weren't really in order at that particular time.
I would best describe Rod Marinelli as a gym teacher. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah,
but anyway, that was.
So is it in the past now? Like if y'all next year's Super Bowl, he comes to L.A. Y'all happen to both be in the elevator, just y'all two.
I'll swing on him. If I saw, I don't care how.
Hopefully you're 280 at that time.
Yeah, at that point,
that weight's gonna be helping
going.
you.
Yeah, keep going.
Don't
put 40, put on another 40.
We need Big Rob for that.
Alex, I don't choose violence. I'd swing on him. I'm just.
That's
saying.
true.
Even though you asked about his daughter.
No athletes ever tried fighting you or anything for something you've said? Like, no, you've never had a situation where someone's come at you. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
They never swung on me, but they stepped to me like with.
Like, you're like, oh, I might get swung on right now.
Did Stephen A. Smith you?
Yeah. I got Walter Berry when he was with the New Jersey Nets. He played for St. John. He was mad at a story that I wrote, and Mike McGee was on the team, and this is in Philadelphia at the Spectrum. He's waiting outside the locker. And I'm walking me and Cliff Brown from the New York Times, who, in fact, is going into the Hall of Fame with me, which is pretty awesome, me and Cliff. But anyway, Mike McGee's like, Walter's in the locker room, and Mike is out. He goes, hey, Walter, here he comes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, here he comes. Here he comes. Like, I was going to be like, Rob, I want to talk to you. I'm like, yeah. I walk right up to him. Mm-hmm. Walter's like 6'7", 6'8". You know what I mean? And that's some BS. You right. But as long as you don't swing on me, I'm good. Right. You can say whatever you want. I'm cool.
But I do respect that because that's fair game. You obviously can write whatever you want.
Right, so you can
it's fair to be like, hey.
If you're in the kitchen, you got to take it.
Yeah, you got to take it.
I'm all right with that.
So I do respect that.
All right. Don't forget about the YouTube, as we know, and make sure you subscribe. Just go to Odd Couple FSR and subscribe.
Shay, keep an eye on some good comments.
Yes.
It's a Friday. We want nice ones today. It's Friday.
Yeah, don't do like Rob G, who only looks for stuff to rip me.
Yeah, but no, I was getting ripped when you weren't here, by the way.
Oh, were you?
Yeah,
okay.
I was getting hit. I told you I was
big time.
I was Rich Paul on Balco. I was they had a couple other ones they said. And who else got some smoke? Ephraim got some.
But Rob got some smoke and he wasn't even here.
I got smoke on my day off.
He wasn't even here.
You was like Friday, Craig on Friday. You got fired on your day off.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so coming up, we got Adam Kaplan in about 20 minutes or so. But speaking of Adam Kaplan in football, there's, of course, teams are figuring out what they're going to do with their salary. Teams are figuring out what they're going to do with their rosters. And the franchise tag is one of those things going around right now. And one guy in particular, because he had the best season of his career, really saw the best version of him, 1,429 yards, 93 catches, all career highs. That is George Pickens for the Dallas Cowboys. And so right now,
no Slim Pickens.
No Slim Pickens. If they go ahead and do it, which is all what the reports are, he's expected to get $28 million because they have to pay within the top 5 of the position. So the conversation becomes, is he worth it? You already have CeeDee Lamb. Obviously, you know how great he is. He missed a few games and still came back and was dynamic. My thing is this, Rob. George Pickens played incredible. He was fantastic for them. But a couple of things I'm worried about. Number one, we see this happen all the time. It happens big time in the NBA. Guys do whatever it takes to have that franchise, that free agent year, ball out, get the money, and they're never quite the same again. So is that George Pickens? Can I trust him that he gets the bag and he's going to be the best version of himself, showing up on time, everything's locked in, the best, most professional version?
That's a crapshoot. I don't think you really know.
That's part of my right? That's on my list of concerns. Also, followed by this. If I look at Dallas last year, they were ranked second in the NFL with 392 yards a game. Passing offense ranked second in the league as well. They were 9th in rushing offense. They averaged 27.7 points, which was 7th. Offense is not my worry with them, right? They've been offensively explosive essentially the entire tenure that they've had Dak Prescott. The concern is this. Ranked 32nd in total defense, allowing 377 yards a game. 32nd in scoring defense, allowing 30 points a game. 32nd in pass defense, and they only took away 0.7 takeaways a game, which was 30th. That's my concern. That's where I want to spend some money. And I feel like while George Pickens was great, I can get that. I can find a receiver out there in free agent. I can draft one. It happens all the time. Some receiver we never, we're not never heard of, but he's a third-round pick, fourth-round pick, ends up getting you 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. Pair that with a veteran like free agent you pick up. I want to spread that money around on the defensive end because what the Dallas Cowboys are right now, they are the NFC version of the Cincinnati Bengals. All the offensive prowess, all the offensive weapons, scoring is easy for them, but they can't stop anybody, and they lose close games, and they lose games because of their offense. The defense hurts them. So really that's for me what I'm looking at. I'm looking at spreading that $28 million around. George Pickens, I appreciate you.
But you made a trade for him. You gave up picks. I'm just saying.
And we tried. We gave it a shot.
And I hear you, but I don't know if you're. What are you saying? You're not going to just pay him and let him go? I mean, what's your alternative?
The only other alternative is,
you know what I mean?
There are teams we've talked about it before. A Josh Allen type of team, a Drake May type of team, because you don't know what's going to happen with Stephon Diggs, and we got that whole court case going on. There are a couple, a handful of teams that
he needs to find a new girlfriend.
Yeah.
What she did? She dumped him at the Super Bowl at halftime?
He done invited the baby mama to come and sit in his section with the new baby mama and Cardi B and all this. It was just chaos. And everybody mad. Cardi, you saw what happened with the Minnesota Vikings when he was there, right? They did a thing where they went around and asked all the players, who was the guy you would not want your sister to date? Everybody says Stephon Diggs, so his reputation precedes him. I digress, but there's a handful of teams, including the Patriots, that could say, all right, if you signed him for $28 million, maybe we, Patriots, Bills, Chargers, do we go get a number one receiver for $28 million for a year, and we don't have to worry about paying him $35 like other top receivers right now, and go for a year? Because if you're the Bills and you have George Pickens,
but I'm saying, is it if they trade him, do they have to commit more than that? Is it just
No, they can trade. To my knowledge, Shay, correct me if I'm wrong. And you sign him for the 28. He's your guy for the season,
and then you could trade
and then trade him, and then now that other team will have to deal with his free agency coming up at the end of that season, which will be next season. Well, you can let him go, or do you keep him? But that's just for me. I'm looking at the Cowboys to finally get over the hump, to finally become a real contender. You got to have defense. Patriots had a great offense and MVP candidate, but they had very good defense. You look at, obviously, we know Seattle Seahawks had a very good defense. The Broncos were deep.
But I just,
defense.
You made a trade for him. He performed for you.
He did.
And then you're saying now we don't want to pay you well, what was the purpose? What did they trade for him for?
I thought we were going to ball out.
No, but you got to do other stuff, and defensively, and I get it. And maybe you don't need 2-star receivers at that money, but that's what the Bengals did, and you just mentioned them.
And that's what I'm looking at. That's my North Star.
And then you question that. I just wonder about when a guy performs, does what he's supposed to do, keeps his nose clean, and nobody wants him. Like, it's kind of weird to me.
No, they want him. They just don't want to pay him 30.
Well, but that's the market. That's the market.
Because basically, top receiver money is $32, $3, $4, $5 million. And they, like you mentioned, they don't want to have to pay him. Be paying CD already. He got his money.
That crazy Dak contract.
Dak got crazy money. I'm trying to pay my kicker who wants $10 million. There's a lot going on.